この大空に翼を広げて。
Hey everyone, how's it going? Waitley here. Welcome to If My Heart Had Wings. A game that I have not even finished yet. This isn't my first time playing it, but I have not finished it. But this game is seriously amazing. This is probably one of the best visual novels I've ever played. In fact, it's probably the best one. I mean, Sakura's series was pretty good, but... or at least until it got bad. But this series is something else entirely. You're about to find out why. We're gonna get straight into it. Basically, this is a game where if you take an eroge visual novel and you remove the eroge, so you remove any lust, this is a pure romance story, and I love it. We're gonna get straight into it. The bicycle road race is known as a really harsh sport. The hill climb in the middle is hell too. While putting strain on every muscle in your body, you have to continue pedaling without any brakes to climb a steep hill. At that time, I always think, I can't do it anymore! I'll make this race my last! Even though I think that every time, in the end, I still take part in the next race. I've endured severe training so I don't put my feet down halfway through the hill climb. Why do I do that? Because once I finish the hill climb, I am waiting for my reward. Nothing compares to the feeling of cutting through the wind as I race down the downhill section at blistering speeds. At that moment, I feel an incredible rush. Then I realized I had forgotten about everything. The pain of the hill climb, the strain on every muscle in my body, and the days of hard practice. It's not a matter of whether I win or lose this race. I just enjoy it, and that's why I continue to ride. That's how it should have been. That's how it should have been. I still didn't have much life experience at that time, and it was something beyond my imagination. Suddenly, without warning, something was taken from me. I could also say shut away or lost. However, to directly express the emotion I felt at that time, taken is the word that fits best. So there was one thing that I learned. Life isn't all about having fun. I gained a lesson in life. The thing I lost was everything. I let myself get depressed about this, but I should have thought about it a little more. If something could be taken from me so abruptly, then something could be given to me just as suddenly. The wind blew. A gentle but strong wind. It would not be unreasonable to call it an encounter. What this could be the start of. Even now, there's still no way for me to know. The windmill is turning. People are overwhelmed just because of the size of such enormous things. This unnatural silhouette serves a function, but to those who don't know what that is, it would appear to be something very bizarre. With so many lined up like this, it could be said to be even more overwhelming. But why is that? The sight of the white windmills lined up on the green hills somehow seems so picturesque. This is amazing! To think that something like this could be made! And at the very least, 5 years ago, there was nothing here, just a wide open space. I heard they were going to build a large-scale renewable energy research facility. The cell phone in my pocket vibrated to tell me I had received a text. From Anchan. To Aoi. Did you arrive here suddenly? Sorry I couldn't come to meet you. My name is written using a Chinese character, read as Aoi. It's a difficult character and is often mistaken for Midori. Incidentally, whether it is Aoi or Midori, it is often mistaken for a girl's name, which causes a few problems. I'll quickly write a reply. I hardly ever use text, so I kind of find the key touch awkward to use. I got here a little too early, so I'm just going for a stroll. Windmills are amazing. Okay, send! The reply came quickly. They're great, aren't they? It's the new famous spot of Kazugura. If you have any problems, contact me anytime. An-chan. Thank you, An-chan. As I sent the text, I sat down on the grass. I'm gonna change his voice up a little bit, sorry. I'm gonna make it a little higher pitched. This place is on the hillside, so from there I was able to gaze at the lake and the town that stretches across the opposite bank. The rapid redevelopment of the town of Kazugura meant that the remnants of the old buildings from the Showa era are intermingled with the modern architecture. The view expresses both the past and the future at the same time. Huh? Something white flittered across my field of vision. For a moment, it looked like one of the windmill blades had come flying off, but there was no way that could happen. Is it a paper airplane? I got up and headed down the slope to look for it. The paper airplane glided gently, eventually lost its momentum, and descended. Gotcha! I ran ahead of it, did a small jump, and caught it in midair. Where'd this thing come flying from? Judging by direction, it had to come from the top of the hill. At a time and a place like this, there could be someone here besides me? I took the paper airplane with me and I climbed up the slope. Just as I was able to see the top, a sudden gust of strong wind blew the paper airplane out of my hand. Ah! Hey, wait! I chased after the paper airplane and ran up the slope. If my heart had wings. There was a girl there in the clouds. Just as I finally caught it. There was someone on top of the hill. It was a girl sitting in a wheelchair. Looking fleetingly into the distant sky, a sudden breeze blew her hair and she combed it back with her fingers. Against the background of the blue sky and windmills that spread across my way, the girl's black hair and white blouse looked incredible. It was as if I was looking at a completed work of art. While it is drawn, the girl noticed me. First I thought I should make an excuse for why I was there. It was like I'd stepped into her world without permission, and I started to feel guilty. She's not saying anything. Some guy had just suddenly appeared, so perhaps she's being cautious. I showed her the reason why I had come here. I held out the paper airplane. Did you throw this? The moment she saw it, her facial expression stiffened. She looks like she's welling up. Suddenly, tears appear in those delicate eyes. Huh? What? The tears that just welled up in the corner of her eyes came running straight down. As I watched, great big tears came rolling down her cheeks. Hey! Without thinking, I walked up beside her. What's wrong? Do you hurt somewhere? As she shook her head, she touched the hand that I had unconsciously held out, as if she were clinging to it. Her hands were small and trembling. She gently squeezed my hand. It's okay now. I didn't even know what the situation was. However, as I answered, I squeezed her hand back. Ow! Ouch! Before I knew it, there was something like a chicken at my feet, and all of a sudden it started pecking me. That is clearly a duck. Ow, that hurts! What is this thing? cat, as it was called, calmed down at her command. That's what duck sounds like? Is it a duck? With a yellow beak and white feathers, it was a duck that looked like a chicken. It barely looks like a chicken. Come on. For some reason, it was wearing a hat. So, in my opinion, she's best girl. There are lots of girls in this game. She's the best one. Ah. So that's how surprising it is. So this is how surprising it is to be suddenly attacked by an animal. However, thanks to that, it looked like she had stopped crying. Is the towel okay? I don't carry a handkerchief around with me. As I said that, without waiting for her to reply, I took a hand towel out of my bag. Of course, it had been washed, so it was clean. Why were you crying? If it hurts somewhere... As she answered, she pointed to one of the wheels of her wheelchair. It had lost its air and had collapsed. You got a flat tire. It's a terrible thing to happen. Just a mere flat tire. For her, it's like having her legs taken away. Don't you have a cell phone? She answered, dismayed. SOS. Oh, this? I opened up the paper airplane and still hand in my hand. I'm in trouble. Someone help me. I'm on Windmill Hill. So when someone arrived carrying the paper airplane, she felt relieved and started to cry. Now she was fine, but up until now she was shaking. That must have been how scared she was. Hold on a moment. The bag at my feet rustled as I rummaged around beside it. When she saw the tools I had taken out, she seemed confused. Would it be okay for you to get out for a moment? I'm gonna fix it. You can't go anywhere if you have a flat tire, can you? Of course. Getting out of her wheelchair is not easy for her. What should I do? From the methods I had seen on TV, the care workers do it by embracing them from the front. We both looked as though we had imagined that situation arose. Excuse me a moment. As I put my arms around her sides to steer her back, I suddenly lifted her up. Oh man, that was awesome. Oh, she's so light. Because she was much lighter than I had expected, there was a bit too much momentum. Ah, that didn't go as badly as I thought it would. Whatever. Before she could grasp the situation, I put her down on the soft grass. What is that noise? That's not the sound of blushing. I'll have it done soon, so hold on a moment. Oh, also we get to see the main character's face. It's like one of the only visual novels that does that. Sure. They're made in the same way as bicycle tires. Immediately started on the repairs. She's behind me, so I can see her expression, but I had a feeling I was being stared at with contempt. As I was quietly working, the duck was waddling around and pecking at the soil. Is this duck your pet? Housemates? Do ducks recognize their own names? When he's called, he responds by turning around. Hey, he's pretty smart. As I look at the duck, I saw her legs laid out on the grass in my field of vision. So she can't move them. There are a number of reasons why people need to use a wheelchair, but it looks like she has a disability in her legs. When I picked her up just now, her body stiffened up with surprise, but there was no strength at all in her legs. The duck returned from his little excursion. While walking around her, he would occasionally try to jump onto her lap, she said as she made him get down again. As I watched the exchange out of the corner of my eyes, I fixed the flat tire. I don't know how to. I don't know how I feel about that sentence. What does that say about the non-handy boys? Like myself. I mean, I can handle software, but hardware? Or like repairs or stuff like that? No. If you need any help with the computer problem, an internal problem, I'm your guy. Like software. But hardware? No. I'm rambling again, aren't I? That's not really the case, though. Yeah, see? Thank you, Aoi. Thank you. I sometimes carry them with me.
私草の上に座るのなんて久しぶり。柔らかくて気持ちいい。
Don't say that. As you said that, she made a little sound as she stretched.
いいところよね。ここ
Yeah, it is.
部屋の窓から見えるのよ。一度来てみたかったの。
The wind blows through here. 5 years ago, there were no windmills, though.
年前
I've just come back to this town.
そうなんだ。
She directed her gaze at something far away.
じゃああなたは故郷に帰ってきたんだ。
Yeah. She suddenly looks down and seems lonely and strangely sad. There was an awkward silence as I continued working.
What?
The duck twisted its neck to look up at the sky.
どうしたのハット。
She was tempted to look up too.
何かしらあれ。
What's that?
何か飛んでる。
There was something floating in the air. It was crossing the lake and gradually getting closer. I forgot how long the wings on those things are. At first, I thought it was a paper airplane that she had thrown coming back to us, but it wasn't. It crossed the lake and eventually reached the air above the small hill where we were. An airplane? It's not paper, it's a real plane. But what is this? It's much thinner than any plane I know, and the wings are really big.
グライダーだ。間違いない。あれ、グライダーよ。
A glider. I repeated the name as if to confirm it, and then looked in the sky once again. With its big white wings and wide silhouette, it reminded me somewhat of a seagull.
ほら、見て。旋回してる。綺麗ね。
It's not turning, but okay. The glider? Question mark? Is continuing to turn leisurely above our heads. It's flying ever so slowly.
当然よ。水力がないんだもの。
Now it's not moving. As it proceeds slowly across the blue sky, it seems to be floating rather than flying.
あんな風に飛ぶんだ。
Looks like it would feel nice.
降りてきた。
The turning glider looked as if it had given up on rising and came down towards the top of our hill. It's not like it was coming down to land. It was just reducing its altitude. Why don't we try waving? They might notice us. She earnestly stretched out her hand and waved towards the white aircraft floating in the sky.
わわ。
Ah! I don't know if the pilot noticed us or not. However, the wings reflected a gleaming light, and it really did look like it was trying to answer us calling out to it. And the glider turned its back to us and flew away, back to the other side of the lake where it had come from.
ちょっと。
She mumbled sadly as she lowered her hand. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. You're gonna see that quote come up a lot in this game. I fixed the flat tire and I went with her into the town. This is the residential area, on the opposite bank of the lake to Windmill Hill, where we were just now.
ここでいいわ。
I'll take you back to your home.
いい。
It seems like she was going to say but before she stopped speaking. For a girl with a walking disability, just because she was shown a little kindness, she can't bring some guy she hardly knows back to her house?
ありがとう。おかげで助かったわ。
Don't mention it. If your tire ever goes flat again, call me anytime. I only said it as a joke, but she blushed and looked down nervously.
あのね、ありがとう。
If you're thanking me, you already did that just now.
ちょっとだけ楽しかった。友達と遊ぶみたいで。
Me too. And I saw something unusual too. That glider we had just seen now was flying in the air above the hill where we were just now.
私も本物を見たの初めて。素敵な思い出ができちゃった。
She murmured quietly and giggled. Coupled with her cute and dainty appearance was her lovely smile.
それじゃあもう行くわね。
Okay, take care.
ええ。
The wheels squeaked as she pushed the wheelchair along with her hands down an empty street. Behind her, the duck wearing a hat waddled along with her. Hey! She stopped her hands and turned to face me. See you again. She looked troubled and embarrassed, then left without saying anything. She sure was cute. Where is she from? Her appearance was quite graceful, as if she were the daughter of a rich family. A little lady with a duck. It was an odd combination, but they seemed strangely familiar with each other. Okay, I'd better go. Now I'm going to the dormitory called Flying Fish Manor. Due to certain circumstances, this place will be my new home. That place will be my new home. While walking along the gently sloping street, I looked up at the clouds moving above. Floating so freely like that, they reminded me of the glider. The distinctive silhouette had left a mysterious impression on me. I finally found it! This place. Is this it? Flying Fish Manor! Such a big difference between its appearance and its name! It's like giving a tough-looking Japanese tosa a name like Lily. At least call it Maison du Flying Fish or something. That's why even though I looked everywhere, I still couldn't find it. Because I thought, it's not this place, and completely ruled it out, and then walked around and around this area. Even now, I still can't believe it, so I'll check the sign one more time. Flying Fish Manor. There's no doubt about it. Even so, I'm still not entirely convinced. I mean, I know a lot about this place. It's an old European-style building on the shore of the lake, and because of its appearance, it's a little spooky. When we were kids, we called this building the Witch's Mansion. As a test of courage, we would often sneak into the yard. We just thought it was a rich person's residence, but it's a dormitory. Keifu Private Academy Student Dormitory. I can't just stand there in shock. Okay! I took a deep breath and stood up straight. May I come in?
あら？お客さん？
Lightly dressed girl. No shit. That's not my editing, by the way. That's actually what the camera zoomed in on. Oh, man. Fitting music. Suddenly, a girl in her underwear appeared before me, and the expression that I tried so hard to straighten out crumbled instantly.
どちら様ですか？
Why? She's the one who should be worried about having been seen, but why am I the one feeling under
訪
pressure?
問販売はお断りしてます。どうしたのかなちゃん。なんかお客さんみたい。お客さん？男の人？
From inside, the other girl, this one was wearing clothes, showed her face, but when she saw me, she let out a hysteric scream. And at the same time, the glasses she was wearing looked like they were about to slip off.
かなちゃん、どうしたの？
Another girl appeared.
ゆかさん、知らない男の子がかなちゃんの裸を。なんですって？
Excuse me, she's not naked. What? Huh? No, that's not it. Just like a god of salvation, my cell phone rang. The word mom was showed on the display. Excuse me a minute. I quickly pressed the button to answer the call while swiftly escaping outside. Mom!
そろそろ飛び噂について落ち着いてる頃だと思って。どんな感じ？
Well, the place is full of girls! And I saw one in her underwear.
当たり前じゃない。だってそこ。
Yeah? I'd checked the sign over and over, but when I noticed some small writing in the corner, girls' dormitory. This is a girls' dormitory!
あら、言ってなかったかしら？
Did you do that on purpose? What is this? What kind of mother are you? From now on, I'm going to be this place's dorm mother, aren't I?
大丈夫よ。オーナーさんも寮生の方たちも了解してくれてるから。
Just now, they were screaming at the top of their lungs!
間違えて更衣室入っちゃった？
That damn mother of mine. She's enjoying this situation. Just as the front door opened slightly and the girls from just before were peeking
どう
through.
さなちゃん。まだいます。
When I called out to them, it was like a surprised turtle. They pulled their faces back inside and shut the door. What should I do about this? A few hours later. Well, this is the situation.
じゃああなたが新しい寮母さんなんだ。
While I was explaining the situation, the boarding students, apart from the girl in the underwear, who was putting on some clothes, surrounded me but kept their distance and watched me. This is no good at it. A boy being the dorm mother of a girl's
いいん
dormitory.
じゃないの？
From behind the underwear girl, she was wearing clothes, but they were pretty gaudy. Were some girls who looked like they were hiding, but they were nodding and agreeing.
誰か来てくれないともっと困るから。そうなのよね。でももっと年配の人だとばかり思ってて。はい。
Fearful looking girl. Girl wearing glasses, tall girl, fearful looking girl. Okay. Incidentally, there was now one more person than before. She was kind of timid and looked to be the same age or maybe a year younger than me. Whoa, what is it?
葵くんって言ったっけ？年はいくつ？
I'm still a student. From tomorrow, I'll be going to Keifu Academy. I'm in the 2nd grade. And so a sophomore.
へえ。
So you're in the grade below? Hee hee. Hee hee, she said. What do you mean, hee
じゃ
hee?
あ年下なんだ。にやり。
The person who came to speak to all of you is my mother, and well, she kind of half-tricked me into accepting this job as dorm mother. My mom had a job connected to real estate, and her company manages this property.
ですって。どうしますゆかさん？チェンジします？そういう事情なら。
The person who seemed the oldest said so, and the other people reluctantly nodded in agreement. This is just until the owner caretaker comes back or we find someone else. I apologize for the inconvenience, but for the time being, let's all try to get along. Once the conversation was over, naturally, everyone left and went back to their
いや
rooms.
なんかごめんね。みんなおぼこい娘さんたちのもんで若い男を前にして舞い上がっちゃってんのよ。
She's pretty awesome too, by the way.
私はしぐれかな子。なんかあったら私に言ってちょうだい。
Her voice actress sounds like Shigure from Nekopara, and her character's last name is Shigure in this too.
管理人さんの部屋は1階の廊下の突き当たりよ。
Thank you very much. What? Was that all of the boarding students? There's the underwear girl and Kanako, who is with me now. They're the same person, by the way. Yuka, the tall girl with the glasses, and Sana, the girl with... the tall girl with the long... Oh, Yuka, the tall girl with the long hair, and Sana, the girl with the glasses. The timid one who came from the back is Ryoko. That's 4 people altogether.
もう一人いるんだけど、いわゆる引きこもりというやつで、
Tsundere, alert.
そのうち出てくるんじゃないかな。
Oh. In other words, there are 5 boarders in total. The building is pretty big, but there are only 5 people living here. Technically 6 now. Come to think of it, my mom did say that there are quite a few empty rooms. It's all a little far from the school, so maybe it's not that popular.
汗かいちゃったから、もう一回お風呂入ってこよっと。
Yeah, put some damn clothes on next time. Maybe I'll call my mother and let her know. Yeah, so in the end, we somehow worked things out.
あ、それはよかったわ。言っておくけど、寮の子に手出しちゃダメよ。
Only if they keep their hands off me, too. What are you talking about, Ma? Oh, wait, did I say something?
まあ、問題にならない程度ならいいけど。前に言ったと思うけど、一人足の不自由な子がいるから。
Suddenly, the sound of flapping wings came from down the hallway. Then a shrill voice sounded.
待ちなさい、ハト。
Huh? Something big and white came flying down the hallway, and from behind at breakneck speed... Hey, it's her. Was the girl in the wheelchair.
待て、このバカアヒル。私のパンツ返しなさい。
Okay, maybe this game isn't as innocent as I thought. That face of that face of satisfaction that duck has is amazing. The big white thing, which somehow seemed like a duck, was flapping its wings and flew behind me. The girl in the wheelchair avoided all the obstacles in her path, in other words, me, and chased down the duck like a drift racer. I was so overwhelmed by the speed that I couldn't say anything.
捕まえたわよ、ハト。
The girl in the wheelchair caught the duck and my feet and snatched away a small white cloth, possibly panties, from his beak.
まったくあんたはいたずらばっかりして、今度やったら北京ダックにしてやるんだから。
Ouch. The girl put the duck on her knee and lectured him. I remembered seeing that before. However, it's somehow a lot different from the image she had during the day. In the daytime, she seemed more dainty and delicate. However, her appearance was the same. It's not often that you see such a pretty girl. Looks like your tire is in good condition. She finally realized that there was a guy standing there.
もしもし、葵？聞いてるの？
Yeah, what was
足が
it?
不自由な子がいるから面倒見てあげてねって話よ。
Already done. Sure, I got it. Okay, talk to you soon, Mom. Beep, 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 beep.
どうしてあなたがここに。
She got as far as saying that, but then realized that she had the small cloth in her hand and tried to hide it by stuffing it under her backside.
なんでここにいるの？新しい寮母さんだよ、小鳥ちゃん。
Kanako, who was supposed to be having a bath, poked her head out.
はい？何よそれ、聞いてないんですけど。いようにも小鳥ちゃん、めったに部屋から出てこないんだもん。新しい寮母って男の子じゃない。
Don't you point at me like that. Hey, look! Hey, look! Hey, listen! Hey, listen! Is what it felt like she was saying as she relentlessly pointed
そ
at
の
me.
やりとりはうちらはるか昔に通過したから。
The girl known as Katori glared at Kanako like she was interfering. I am the new dorm mother. Aoi Minase.
ハバネ小鳥です。
Katori seemed to meet my introduction with reluctance.
この子はハト。ってもう知ってるわよね。
Hat turned to face me and flapped his wings. He's a clever duck.
本当にあなたが新しい寮母さんなの？
Indeed. Yes, that's right. So you are against it. She says she doesn't like the fact the dorm mother of a girl's dormitory is a guy, or the fact that we're the same age. There's nothing I can do about it. Katori closed her eyes and quietly takes a deep breath as if trying to focus her mind. Katori?
昼間のことは忘れて。
During the day, which part?
なるべく全部だけど。そうね。 強いて言うなら
She stopped talking and stared at Kanako, who was standing behind listening. Kanako looked like she was saying, okay, okay, and disappeared down the hallway.
この私がついうっかりポロッと泣いちゃったりしたことよ
Oh. What about me fixing it? You bitch. The incident was quite startling, and I remember it well. To see a girl's tears from so close like that is something I don't experience very often. I don't know what she thinks about it, but those tears were very beautiful.
忘れた
Huh? No, not yet.
忘れろ今す
Don't be so silly. When you say that, it just makes me even more strongly engraved in my memory.
ぐあのね新入りのあなたは知らないだろうけど私これでも
Kotori straightened her back, composed her expression, and smiled, and swish! With a natural gesture, she lifted her hair up.
クールビューティーで通ってるの
Don't you feel my cool allure? Allure. And that's her new nickname for the duration of the Let's Play. I'm just kidding. I'll call her that on occasion, though. What's allure?
ビューティーよちょっと言い間違えただけ
Oh, I've heard that word before.
もう一回言うからもう一回やらせて
Straightened her back and made a composed smile. Okay, that's enough. I get it, alright?
もう意地悪あギャストリ人でなし
Hey, who's cleaning up after who here, you bitch? She's out. Kotori used just about every insult there is. It's not every insult there is. Turned her wheelchair around. Then she hurriedly raced back down the hallway and back into her room. I saved your fucking ass. Along the way, Hat, who had been thrown off, chased after her and entered the room. In a small door, maybe a special door for ducks, built into the bottom of the main door. I looked on in disbelief. I need to say that, but the dainty and delicate image she had in the daytime had completely crumbled away. A delicate bud was beginning to sprout, and we shared a fleeting love. But cool allure. Alright. I remember lifting her hair and being so full of confidence, I felt like I could burst out laughing. She's so funny. From the beginning, everything's been so messed up. From tomorrow, it looks like things will start getting interesting. I really felt like that prediction would come true. Extend the little wings which fly in the sky highly. And that's where I'm going to end off the first episode. So, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Bye-bye.